Hey all, want to do another weekly sales tip. Getting these things back in, so I'm getting organized here. Anyway, I wanted to communicate on the topic of really being sold on your product or service and communicating in a very certain way, in a very emotional way, and making sure that conviction really comes across on the telephone when you're speaking to a prospect. Um, the iPhone 5 came out this week, the new Apple iPhone 5, and for me, I use a BlackBerry. I use BlackBerry Bold, and I love it. And I'm a BlackBerry nut. I'm kind of an email junkie, but I also use a Mac computer, and I have to say that the Apple iPhone, the communication and the way they presented it and the way they communicated was so aesthetic. It was done on such an emotional level, and they're so convicted and they're so sold on the product. I think anybody who's doing sales, um, there's a takeaway there. There's something you can really learn about it, and I know we do that here, and I certainly do it when I'm on the phone with someone selling. Is that I sell with complete conviction. I sell with complete belief in what I'm saying, and I'm completely sold on the product or service myself. I'm completely sold on the product or service. I really believe in what we do. I really believe in the videos that we sell or our prime strategy or whatever, and focus on really getting yourself sold. And then when you're sold on it, and when you're on the phone with a prospect, are you communicating from an emotional standpoint? And is the conviction and the certainty coming across on the telephone? And really assess that for yourself, and you want to make strong statements. You want to make bold statements. You want to say things that come across as certain and confident without any flinching. And when you do that, it really penetrates. It really impinges on the prospect. And it's a critical point when you're selling, to communicate from that fashion. So really articulate your thoughts, write them down on paper if you have to, and really think about the product or service that you sell. Um, why are you sold on it? Why are you emotional about it? Why do you care? How is it going to help your prospect? What do you think you actually bring to the table? What's your value proposition? Is it the best in the world? All these different things should go through your head, and you need to answer these questions where you are completely sold and convicted on them. Then make the phone call. Then get on the phone and communicate with people. Communicate with that conviction and that emotion, and it will come across, because every sale is emotional to some degree. Even if you're selling any service, it could be the most bland service. The truth is that there's an emotional aspect there, and there's an emotional aspect to buying that any prospect is going to buy, based off a some emotional connection, right? So make sure that's conveyed on the phone, or in person for that matter, and do it in such a way that really penetrates with your prospect, and the sale becomes a heck of a lot easier, and some of the effort associated with selling will kind of melt away. All right, we'll have another tip for you next week. Okay.